everybody, my name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Spin Fishing character. So today I've got some stuff going on, and my brain's not really in the right place to be doing a lot of jigging, so I went ahead and came out here to Kuori and figured we'd just do some trolling. So I did buy a couple of new lures that I wanted to try. I've got the Karunu Satori 22 gram 06 on right now, and that's only different lure I've got on. I also purchased a Hunter One, what did I buy? Hunter One 003 today before coming back over here. So figured we'd try and get some bigger fish on it. I didn't change any hooks out on either of them, just using them stock for now and see what we can get. Those have been going after char and Kuori char quite a bit recently, so figured we'd give that a try. Over here we've got the standard Aquila 4G. I did look at the cafe before heading out. Not a whole lot on there. There's a 800 gram grayling that we can get, hopefully. There's a big trophy grayling order. There was a trophy Vindus order, almost even a blue trophy Vindus, to be honest. It was a 600 gram Vindy. And then also a bunch of big perch. So we'll see what we get today, and we go from there. With what's going on, I may have to step away at any time, so if I end up pausing or muting for an extended period of time, I might be dealing with some stuff. So just a heads up there, and we'll go from there. Obviously today's goal is let's get as much silver as we can. We've spent a little bit, so we're down just under 800. Spent about 75 on the lures, and then 25 to come back here to Kuori. Pretty sure we'll make that back. I'm not super worried about that. Do kind of need to decide what's going to be next for us too, as far as reels go. Are we going to get like a Proton Pro or something in the 10 kilo range? This one's an 8 something. Or are we going to skip straight to caliber HSVs? So caliber HSVs are about 2,500 if I include a rod that can support it. But they're also a 15 kilo reel with a mech weight around 30 kilos, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. So it would be a good upgrade for us. There's some kind of intermediate steps in the 10 kilo range that we might, 10 to 12 kilo range I might look at, but haven't decided what's really next yet. Obviously I would like some bigger rods and reels before we go to Volkov for any extended period of time. When we unlock Volkov, we'll probably go there for a shopping trip to at least get the Dodger Crank 10007, because that's a good wobbler here too. If you look at the weekly records right now for Kuori char, and Savans, they're all that Crank 10007. Got a good fish on both rods here. This is going to be fun. All right, I need to lower the friction brake a touch on this reel. Just so I don't burn the line up. Because that one's going to be dragging for a bit. But this one in front of the boat, I want to chase this one more so that it doesn't get slack and get off the line. All right, now I got that one behind me. Let me see if this one's going to be one I can reel in real easy. It is. Well, real easy may not be the right term, but We're going to be able to get it quicker than that one, I think. I do still have a Lucerdi repairing over at Winding, so we'll have to go back there to pick it up sometime. Well, I need to lower the friction brake on this one now. This one got further away than I thought it did. Thought it was still pretty close to the boat, and I was very wrong. This one's probably a 4 or 5 kilo Arctic or lake trout. It's a Laker or a Savon. I didn't get a good look at it. Get up here, fish. Get in my boat. Yeah, it's smaller Laker than I thought it was. 2.7. Fish is still on here, though. We just gotta reel in a lot of slack line. And not beach the boat while I'm checking what that noise was on my cell phone. All right. I want to reel this one in before I get whatever's over on the other rod. I saw it. It didn't look amazing. I don't think I'm going to be hurting the rod dragging that around. Or the rod or the reel dragging that around. Where this one I think I would be. So I'm trying to get this one in. Plus, this is good fish. And it's on a lure that's brought in some really good fish for others. And I'm probably going to beach it here. There is no probably. Dang it. Dang it. Wrong button. I was trying to keep the rod in the rod pod as little as I could, and ended up, instead of clicking, pressing as I was moving my fingers around on the mouse, ended up pressing the button that I've got mapped to setting it down. This might be a char or a Kuori char. I think I saw it and it was dark. So I think it's an actual char. And if it's a char, it's a good char. It is a char. I want this fish now. I really want this fish. It's trying to dive. I'm trying to force it up. Fish per minute be damned. This fish is going to be mine. I'd stop the boat, but I'd probably lose whatever's over on 2 if I do that. I'd lose what's over on the other rod. What I mean by 2. So I've got this rod in my hand is mapped to 1 because it's on the left side of the boat when you're looking at out the butt of the boat. And the other one's on 2 because it's on the right side of the boat when you're looking at the butt of the boat. Come on, fish, give up. You know you want to. So close to getting its head out of the water. Come on, fish. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We're about even right now. It's pulling about as hard as the reel is pulling. It might be pulling just a tick harder. It's a lake trout over on the other rod. I just saw it jump. Give up, fish. Give up, fish. Give up, fish. Give up, fish. I may have to stop the trolling, get this fish in, and risk losing the other fish. It might be a big Arctic char, not a big char. Seems silver, more silver. Yeah, it's an Arctic. Ooh, 7.795 Arctic. 9,000 experience points. That's a good fish. If that had been a char, that would have been awesome, but I'll take the Arctic. No, this was a grayling. Oh, and it's an 800 gram grayling. So there's one order done. Got another fish on this rod already. Need to drink a lot of tea. That gonna bite again? Awesome. And another good grayling here. 982 gram grayling. So this lure has already paid for itself and then some, I think, with that Arctic. Non-marker Arctic there. Where am I even in the lake? Okay. This is the downside with me going off track is I forgot where I was. So 7 fish. That Arctic's going to be worth a decent amount. One of those graylings will get us a fair amount of silver as well. I didn't look how much time was left on the grayling order. That's got me a little concerned. I may actually run in and go turn that in just to make sure I get it because it was a decent one. I think I am going to do that. I think it was just 50, 60 silver for that one 800-gram grayling, and we got 2 of them, so I want to go make sure we get that for the day. You an orange boy? You are an orange boy. Small orange boy, but little orange, little Kuori char there. Interesting. Kuori char on an Aquila. Not what I expected, but it was a smaller one, so. Probably not as deep as our usually go. But I am going to go ahead and stop in here real quick. Let's make sure nothing's on the lures before we do this. So we're going to pop off the boat here. I did only buy a 1-day boat ticket for now. But cafe, 800-gram bin, grayling for 37. So it's about 27 over what it would have been. This one's a new order. That's going to be a good one. 590-gram vindices is possible. Then 8 big perch and a trophy grayling and a trophy bendy. So. Surprised something bit on that turnaround there. That was not an expected thing. Getting cloudy out here. It's supposed to rain today. It is. That may make things interesting. Something big just grabbed this one. Oh, poor mother ducker 23 broke his rod. That's why you don't oversize your stuff. The rod is the worst thing to break because it cannot be repaired. It literally snaps the rod in half. You break your reel, you can always replace the mechanism. You break your line, all you lose is your hook and your lures and leaders, that type of thing, and some line. Or you cheese it and log out and don't lose your lure at least. But you break your rod, you're gonna have a bad time. That's why I never put line on that has a higher capacity than my rod. This reel is a bit worn, so this fish may not be as good as I think it could be because of that. to a good savon though. Unfortunately, I'm having to turn a complete 360 because of the way it went and that rock right there. So we're losing some ground on it, but definitely a savon or a 7, as I'll say occasionally. Got out in deeper water and it can dive a little bit again. Gonna be curious to see the friction break after this fish. Honestly, need to check the friction break on both reels. I think the other one's okay, but it's been a while since I've looked at it, so I honestly don't know. This one's gonna be pretty worn out, but we've got a already repaired reel that will be waiting for us at winding. There's 18 hours on it when I started the episode today, so by the end of the episode today, that'll be ready for us. So we'll have a fresh 5.4 kilo friction brake reel. And for the 20-30 silver I spent on that, that's well worth it. Get out of the water. Get out of the water. 3.664 kilo savon. Not a bad fish there either. So I've gotten a couple of big fish today. Happy about that. So for those who may not watch my floating videos, the episode going up later today, well, the episode I'm going to be putting up here in a little bit has kind of a montage of me catching fish in it. I did some non-commentary recording, things like that. Is that something that would interest you all over here? It'd be easier on a spin fishing character because I can, especially when I'm doing some trolling, just doing some montages of me catching fish without commentary or anything like that. Probably put to some music, that type of thing, where you still see each fish as I reel it in, but times like this where I'm just trolling around with nothing on the lines, I'd cut out. So if that's something that would interest you, might cut down some of the time of the episode as well for watching it. So if we cut 15 20 minutes out of an episode, is that something you all would be interested in, or do you enjoy the long form, me just sitting here with nothing on the lines, blabbering content? Feel free to comment down below on that as well too. We're also getting to kind of the grindy part of the game where it may make sense for me to do more off-camera fishing. Another marker savon. honestly, if I do fish off camera, I typically have recording going anyway, just in case I hook into a monster. Or any sort of a trophy or any sort of a rare fish. That way you get to see it. If I'm fishing on some of my characters that I haven't been doing a series on, I may not do that. But if I'm fishing on spinner live or floater live, I definitely do. Record pretty much everything I do. I'm just looking at the shop or things like that. No, I'm not going to record that, but anytime I'm got a fish on, I try and have recording going. Ooh, good orange guy. It's a nice Kuori char, 1.762. Rip this Ventus in. Yep. Let go before I even started reeling it there. Another good one over here, though. For me, this is Arctic or normal char territory. Kuori char, I usually get closer to the island. This is usually Arctic land for me. Or lake trout. It's another Arctic char. Obviously not as big as the first one we got, but another 4 kilo Arctic. I'm pretty sure that lure has paid for itself. It was about 30-40 silver, and gonna mute. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. May have to put some music or something. I don't know. I did catch, I think it was a decent lake trout. Was obviously distracted talking on the phone while fishing there. What did I get? Yeah, it was a reasonable lake trout. Got some good old weird drama stuff going on in my family right now, so nothing to be too concerned about, but nothing fun. It's about 16:14, so we still have a little bit of time. We're about 32 minutes into the recording. Ran into the wall there. Kind of glad I decided not to jig because I wouldn't be jigging right now. And honestly, today's been a good day as far as fish go. That one and the two big Kuori char or Arctic char are definitely going to pay for that lure, and probably then some. Another fish on. Small-eyed. Only 21 fish in 34 and a half minutes. But some pretty good quality fish in that 31. It's pretty bad quality as well, too. But a couple of really good Arctic char. A decent Kuori char. Another small Kuori char. Reasonable laker. So I'm so far pretty happy with, at least I think I'm going to be happy with where we are as far as fish go today. I got my food back up, got my energy back up after chasing those big fish too. Come on, fishy. Yeah, no fish. It's interesting. This area is called Char Slope. I hardly ever catch a char here of any kind. Quarry char occasionally, but Arctic char I get more back behind us. Char I get more over that way, or on the side of the island over there has been a good spot for me too. Laker or Uvendi? You're a small Laker. Want to make sure that was locked just because it had been a while since it had moved. Kind of want to try the other new lure I bought, but that one's done so well. I don't really want to switch, and I don't feel comfortable putting it on this rod because I think this one's, it's not as worn out as I thought it was at all. I thought it was closer to 10%. It's less than 5. Ooh, Kuori whitefish. This one's at basically nowhere as well. Grease is the most worn. The rod's actually more worn than anything. And that is something to kind of keep an eye on. So the line guides say they were 11%. This rod is a 13 kilo rod. So now it's a 12 kilo, 11 kilo rod. But that's still much less than, you're a pike, get off that quickly. This reel's only an 8.4, 8.5, I think. So I'm not worried about putting more strain on it. Hello, good fish. That's kind of my area for good Kuori char, so I'm hoping that we just got a Kuori char over on rod 1. Making pretty good progress on this one, so I don't want to switch. The other one's not really pulling drag either, so I'll let it kind of tire itself out and drug around by the boat. Now it's pulling drag, of course, as I said that. But this one's almost in. Not really putting up a fight, so it's either Savan or a Laker. I think it's a Laker. 2.3 kilo Laker. So about 41.5 minutes. We got 25 fish in the boat. 26 with this Laker. 4.3 kilo Laker. This will be 27 with whatever this is. Perch. Probably still a marker by the looks of it. Nope, not quite. Nope, just the way it was dragging. Couldn't tell if there was a fish on or not. Small Laker. A little bit of time left. I can't remember exactly when I started. I do have the emergency 1-day ticket as well. I think I got going about 2 a.m. Five hours, 45 minutes. 21 plus 3 would be 24. So yeah, about 2:30. That's when we need to be back at the dock. Ooh. Someone just got a Savon, a 12 kilo Savon on telestick for a water body world record. That's a big fish for telestick. It's a strong fish. And a all-time ever record. Small Vindy. Vinduses. Another group of people I fish with, and a guy named Tommy catches a lot of Vinduses, so that's where they came from. That's where I tend to call them Vindies. Is Tommy. That was back before Vinduses were as common here. Dude just had a knack for finding them. Small perch. lucky bastard just got himself a good Kuori char. That lucky bastard. Crappy Laker. Another reasonable Arctic. I am casting the spoon out further than I am the Aquila. So the Aquila here I'm casting at 10 meters. I'm casting the other one at 15, partially because it goes a little bit deeper. I don't have any points into fishing with a spoon. I don't know if I have any points. I don't have any points available anyway. And I don't know if I'd put him in fishing with a spoon anyway. Probably would put him into a wobbler at this point. Just reading a quick text message there. Small Laker, nothing worthwhile. Nothing on here. Where am I? Okay. Do a little bit of a turn here. We still have time. I don't know if we're going to get the Vindus order. I think it was big Vindies, and I don't think we've gotten a lot of big Vinduses. I haven't gotten a lot of markers in general, but the markers we've gotten have been good fish. So this one's going to be an interesting one to see how much silver we made. Small perch. Not even worth looking at. So if you're curious, because I couldn't remember it, if you see the little dot on the compass in the direction that I'm facing right now, that's where the wind is blowing from. So it's blowing from the northwest to the southeast. You can see it in the upper right corner as well too, where it says that, but I saw the dot on the compass, and I don't know if that's new or if I just didn't notice it in the past, but a couple episodes ago I saw it and wondered what it was, and found that in the user guide. Another Vindus. No, little grayling. I didn't see the top fin on it. It was so small. Both the fish and the fin. I don't know if you saw that fish come up and grab it. I did. That would look like a pretty decent lake trout. Hopefully we can get it in the next hour in game. But again, I do have the emergency boat ticket if I need it. Looks like I'll be able to pull the fish in though. Nope, you're not gonna dive, fish. You're not gonna dive. .796 Laker. I'm not gonna select a new ticket because unless I have a fish on, I don't really want to use another ticket. So I am gonna start turning towards the dock here. And if we happen to hook a fish between now and when we get there, I'll select a new ticket before I start reeling it in. But otherwise, I'm just gonna head towards the dock and either get to the dock or let the boat expire. And then we'll call it a day. Overall, I feel like it's going to be a successful day. I don't think it's going to be as successful as I thought it would be, but we probably have 100 silver ish. And I don't care about that message. It's on the wrong phone anyway. I'm one of those. I've got my personal phone that my family uses, and then a work phone that pretty much only work uses. Work and some friends from work. Nice Vindus there. All right. I don't have to pull everything in. I can technically just let the boat expire. But I don't like doing that just from a kind of role-playing perspective. If I'm going to be in a boat and I borrowed it for a day, I'd like to turn it back within that time frame. All right. Let's take a look at the cafe on the way by. Only got one 190 gram Ventus. It wasn't big enough for that order. Didn't get perch order. Didn't get grayling order. So we already have 37 silver profit today. And when we go over here, I'm going to say around 100 still in our net. So that's my guess. If we sort by price, the big Arctic char was 42. Okay, we're over 100. The big Arctic char was 42, the big Kuori char, so there's 49. And this Arctic char came from that lure as well too. So the lure paid for itself today. We got 164 silver. Not gonna lie, I did not expect 164. I was leaning closer to 100, and then when I saw this was 42 and this was 32, I upped that up to about 130, but still off. So 164 plus 37 is 190, 200 silver plus on the day. We're just shy of 1,000 silver, so definitely a good day. May end up doing it again tomorrow. We'll see. But I do appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hope you all have good tight lines, and we'll see you then. Bye bye now.